Okay.
Sir,
Shall I share the screen, ma'am? Or
Yeah, 1 minute.
1 second, we'll have the introduction.
yes.
A very good afternoon to all the participants of the national webinar. On behalf of our Agriculture University, Acharya Engineering Agriculture University, Agri-Business Incubator, I welcome our Associate Director of Research, Dr. C. Ramana sir, to preside the meeting and then permit us to carry out the program. And I invite all the participants, all the startup students, the faculty members who are attending this meeting. So it is a innovative concept that will actually help all the startups to plan their resources. So it will be very useful. Now I request our Associate Director of Research to give his introductory remarks. Thank you.
Good afternoon. Good afternoon to all the participants who are there, the entire list. Very, very glad to be here with this on this particular platform. And I really congratulate our incubation center who has chosen this topic of enterprise resource planning, cloud, say on cloud platform. Very nice, a nice topic and good innovative or what you call upcoming topic. So I hope all the people will enjoy and they will try to utilize this platform, and this will be useful, I hope. I really thankful to the expert who has joined, and you please carry on. Thank you very much for giving this opportunity. So all of you welcome, and then you please start your program.
Yes, thank you very much, sir.
Yeah.
So before proceeding, I would like to introduce the speaker of today's webinar, Mr. Kalyan Prasad. Actually, he's the founder of Nature Loop Foundation, which is a non-profit organization working towards the environmental sustainability by encouraging the use of eco-friendly products and practices. So earlier he worked as a plant manager at Carbon Masters, then worked as assistant manager at the Akshay Patra Foundation. Also, he was the co-founder of Green Bolt Energy Hyderabad. Then worked as a business development manager at Next Gen Solutions India. Also worked as engineer at National Automotive Testing and R&D Infrastructure Project. Then a senior research fellow at Indian Institute of Technology, Madras. So he acquired certifications on understanding the environmental laws for better environmental management and sustainable plastic waste management from Center for Science and Environment in New Delhi. So with his vast experience, I request the speaker Kalyan Prasad ji to deliver the topic of today's webinar. Thank you very much.
So thanks a lot for the thanks a lot for the introduction, sir, and the whole ANGRAU Poshan incubator team. And I wish my knowledge or experience, whatever is there regarding this, will be helpful to all the startups and incubators here. So, shall I share the screen, ma'am?
Yes, Kalyan.
Uh, Hello, everyone. So, like, I hope I would like to make the session as much interactive as possible. But initial first few minutes, I'll share you what I have gathered over the years. So I'm running a non-profit organization also, Nature Loop Foundation. And along with that, with the same name, I am doing sales of eco-friendly products also. So it's a bit of combination of sourcing the materials, coordination of manufacturing, and doing kind of sales through offline mode and e-commerce mode. So I'm sure many of all your startups will have the similar kind of operations, or I'll make the presentation so as much as applicable to each and every one of us. So I hope so it's a kind of knowledge sharing session only. So so you people may know little more than us in some of the aspects also. So I would request you to have the takeaways from the session. So if there are any, and we can have so we can have interactions, and so if there is anything more you'd like to know on or you'd like to add. So while the interaction session after 1 hour, you can share and we can discuss that thing. So may I know, so what kind of systems you are following for the business? So I think those participants who are active, they can text in chat so that I can understand in what direction I can take the session. So most of the thing. Should I type the question, or I mean, so are you people using any, okay, Google tools? Rajesh Krishna ji has posted that he is using Google tools and MS Office. Okay, great. And anyone else? So, okay, MS Office. So, Miss Vandita Tiwari, Coco Wing, she has been using MS Office very actively. So, so these tools will actually help us in like organizing most of the data. So I'm sure for team communications, you have been using this WhatsApp kind of thing and everything. So, but as on when the operations increase, the volume of work increase, the transactions increase. So we'll need to have changes in our infrastructure also, so that no time is wasted, and also our number of transactions are done without any losses. So without any mistakes, or whatever we intend to do. So in whatever functionality or vertical, so everything goes on smoothly and automatically, and reaches the number of growing customers. So that way our systems have to address for growing need of business. But so we may say that that is relevant only for bigger size operations. So why do we have to take it up now? We are anyway comfortable with our Excel sheets and I mean the Google thing and WhatsApp thing. But the problem is, so when we have to scale up our operations gradually, so we'll have to like halt the operations, and we'll have to do a lot of implementations. I mean, new learning curve will be there. So for all those things, so if we are able to know that such systems exist even now with very affordable price, like so that we can get advantage of all the business like operations very seamlessly with very low cost and low price. We can implement that right away, no, for very small level of operations. So I'll go ahead. I mean, like I am sure we'll be having many departments, or if we break down the work, even the smallest kind of sales activity, we can categorize that as different kinds of activity. So like as an entrepreneur or being a solopreneur or in sole proprietorship kind of thing, sole proprietorship kind of thing. So we can say that so any kind of business is just simply exchange of goods or services against cash or I mean money. So that is what sales process is usually. So this so as we have to increase the number of transactions and operations, the whole gambit, I mean the range of operations also vary. So we'll have different kinds of departments involved in it. So we'll have to assign different kind of people who specialize in that particular task and who is well versed, who is skillful in that particular function, and he or she does regularly huge amount of work in that particular. Like for example, accounts. So we as a single person, we cannot always be working on accounts. So we as a single person, we cannot be always working on procurement and after sales service. So as our business grow, as we increase the volume of transactions or goods exchange, so we'll have to categorize it into different functions, or our task automatically falls into these departments. And I am sure many of you also will be having similar kind of thing. So if not at the starting stage, so at a later stage also, at least you'll be having these I mean these verticals or departments. So very important things I have noted down here. So if there are any other functions which you feel like occupies more importance, you can add to us also. So we need to have some people in the organization. So we need to have some systems and process for HR or hiring thing. So employee management, in the sense, some their attendance we need to track, their working hours we need to track. We need to note down their leaves and loss of pay. We need to calculate their salaries. We need to record their PF information or something like that. At initial stages, it may not be required. So up to 10 employees, it is not a big problem. So maybe after 15 employees, we'll be asked by compliances department like Provident Fund, state health insurance, and all those things have to be maintained for employee. So for all these things, we need to maintain records somewhere. For each and everything, of course, initially we need to rely on only Excel sheets. But as the working increases, so as the business increases, we cannot always rely on Excel. So it will be difficult for each and every person to communicate only on Excel sheets. So similarly, we'll be having vendor management. So when we see that, so when we have to purchase anything, so usually people, you might have noticed in big companies, so when we have to supply any goods for big companies, they will ask for our details, our GST details, our bank details, minimum KYC details, like so that their procurement guy will be saying, I have to create a vendor code for you. So I have to enter your details in our database. So that big plant or factory will be having this vendor management system. So as very small entrepreneurs, we may not be needing this like as such vendor management as such, but we will be undergoing through this process because we have to purchase things. We have to note down the vendor details. like their GST, their bank account details. So every time we cannot scroll back in the WhatsApp chat and we can do the transaction. No, so vendor might have given his price list and everything. So we'll have to store those things as well. So most of the time, the time gets consumed in retrieving the information, storing the information, retrieving the information. The success of any organization mainly depends on how quick we are able to access that kind of information. Okay, so how quick we are able to store the information, how easily we can get that information to see, and how quickly and how simply we can communicate with our team members also, without any complications, without any, somebody is marking on the screen. So can we stop that? Devesh Kumar, I think. So the other functions, if we have, so we can see production, or product development. So whatever we do for sales. So we can call that as production process or manufacturing process. So it's kind of product development when we optimize the production process. So we can call that as manufacturing. So after manufacturing, we'll have finished goods with us. So we have to keep them stock. They will have certain shelf life, and they will be having different SKUs, stock keeping units. So we'll have to store them appropriately so that whenever we get an order, we have to very quickly get that thing. So you can imagine a warehouse or a logistics go down like Amazon or any finished goods factory. Like, so that when they get an order, they will quickly go to that particular rack and shelf. They will take that finished goods. They'll pack it, they'll properly label it, and they will send for transportation by courier or whatever method it is. So that kind of, so when the goods is readily finished, it is called as, we can take it and straight away do it. So, but when we have to make for the order, or when we get or some kind of services or product sales will be there, like, so that they require some kind of assembly only after we get the order. So there exists an order management system, so which will have a sales order kind of thing. So that document communicates throughout the whole departments, and it will say, okay, you get these parts. So we'll have to assemble, or customer has asked this product, so we'll have to give this one. So whenever we get this raw materials also, so that raw materials have to reflect in our stock management also. Like, so that whenever raw materials fall below less than certain quality, so certain quantity, so it has to trigger automatically an alarm, so that we need to procure raw materials very soon before they get finished off. So after sales, so we'll be we should maintain relationship with the our customers. So what kind of problems they are facing? So what is the feedback, or do they require some assistance in installation or commissioning? So whatever, or just having a 5-star review for our product, and after 1 or 2 years, just checking with them, so whether they are satisfied with our product or service, and all those things. We have to maintain certain sort of relationship with the customer. And before sales also, we know we have to do marketing and sales activity. We have many social media. We can do cold calling. We can do like offline marketing through stalls, exhibitions, and shows. So all this information pertaining to company, we'll have to store them properly. Financing and accounting also, we'll have to raise an invoice. We'll have to receive the payment. So everything we cannot rely on WhatsApp screenshotting. Sir, after you have done the payment, please share the screenshot to me. So those things also we have to keep a folder and properly save those things. So this file and folder management, this document management, so each document will be having certain code. I mean, they will have a revision history. We'll have to collaboratively work with other team members. So all this comes under this document management thing. So for smooth and quick operations of any growing business, all these functions have to be addressed. So my fellow participants, do you feel that have I missed out any other vertical or department, or so do you come across similar kind of departments? Can you please text in the text window so that I can understand whether so we are on the same path or not? Or do I have to add any department or vertical? And I hope by that way I'll be able to understand whether you are following what I'm saying or not. So ma'am, Lakshmi Tulsi ma'am, I hope all are listening to my talk.
Yes, you're audible, sir.
Yeah.
You're audible.
Okay. So I hope,
No,
I mean,
yeah, everybody is listening. Only Kalyan,
Sir.
because they'll be in a different position. They may not be what you call ready to interact. Of course, this thing
Okay.
we are all hearing, but
Yes, sir.
at the same time, they may not be used to this kind of texting or this thing.
Okay.
Anyhow,
Okay.
you please proceed. Don't get discouraged that
No, no,
they
no.
are not
Yeah.
participating.
Yeah.
They are at it. Please go ahead.
Yes, sir. I'm just trying to know. I mean, so they're also having similar departments, or I can add any other. So I'm getting some responses. I'm glad to see them. So Devesh Kumar is saying that, yeah. So Mr. Ashish is saying that you have covered almost all departments. Fine. Devesh Kumar is saying that production development and production, explain once more, please. So it's fine. And Mr. Dharmesh is saying that quality management we need to see. Yeah, Mr. Dharmesh, we can see that quality is an like inbuilt function of production. Yes, Mr. Richard has told that about delivery tracking. So delivery tracking is very important here. So when we ship the order for, especially for e-commerce, even for big goods also. So when we ship through any lorries or any transportation, that lorry tracking number will be there. We need to follow them up, and so there will be having certain set of documentation which need to cross the border. So we need to arrange maybe like e-way bill, tax bill. So all those things we need to coordinate with auditor and also arrange. And for Mr. Devesh Kumar, the production to optimize production, the whole systems and practices were built only for production initially. So before 20 or 30 years, so there is no much information technology, much computers. So even before then, there were a lot of systems and practices for production. So we can imagine now how many factories are there. During World War period and all, we used to have more manufacturing, steel, clothing. So like all these things were heavily manufactured, like automobile things, construction related goods and all those things. So for production, there are a lot of systems and practices, and so it is a very huge subject. So it is not to be dealt in very thing. We can customize as on when it is required. Sir, Mr. Dharmesh is saying focused on reduced cost. So all this optimization, so implementation of all systems and practices is only to reduce our cost, reduce our time, reduce our human effort. Okay, like so that quickly we can do more number of sales transactions, whether it can be products or services. Okay, so see, if we see that we have different kinds of departments or verticals. So we feel that so all these are separated. So this is different department, this is different department, so this is different department. So usually in big companies or medium companies, we will hear this statement, sir, this is not my department. Like even if you call Airtel customer care also, so what is customer care? It is after sales service and communication. The most popular dialogue what they say is that is not my job, that this is not my department. Okay, so I am authorized to do only this thing. So we feel lot of disconnection there. So of course they may be trained to say that only, but now we can think from employer perspective. So that employer might have taught that after sales person, that sales executive or customer care executive to give only this information. So in a similar fashion, so we'll have to equip our staff or our employee. So initially, when we don't have any staff, we as a single person or we as a very small team, like 2 or 3 or 5 persons, have to do all these things. We have to share all the responsibilities. We have to club different departments together and we will execute the things so that sales is done at the end of the day and we'll get money in our bank account. So, okay, right? So at that time, so we will be understanding that these different departments are merged into one. But as we grow our operations, so we will have to streamline, I mean, based on our specializations and skill. So at that time, we may feel that there is a lot of disconnect between the departments. So accounts department will be one thing, HR department will be one thing. So sometimes, so it so happens that all the employees will be asking, so where are the salaries? They are used to be credit, they have to credit before second or third, but I did not get. So HR people will be saying that we did not get proper statements from accounts team. So only once we get the proper statements or this thing, so we'll clear. So it is vice versa. So they'll be dependent on other departments as well. So this communication and data exchange thing also matters a lot. So when we maintain them in papers or registers or books or Excel sheets in a separate manner, so we will have a lot of miscommunication, and this gap can be reduced or minimized or make it zero with the help of centralized data management system. Okay, so this I mean, so as Mr. Devesh has asked about production. No, so this not just production. Like initially, these all systems and practices were developed only for production things, how to optimize factory production works and all those things. But so later, these systems have extended to other departments as well. So the seamless transfer of information from one department to other department, so will be there. So we can say that as we are kind of moving from a decentralized system to a centralized system. Okay, so at that time we will have no delay in exchanging the information. So we will see how it feels like. So when all these functions are not separated into different verticals. So the same verticals and departments, I have put it in a different way, like so that if it is in this way, so there is no separation or there is no delay or there is no hurdle in accessing information of one department to other department. So very quickly they can connect their information to one centralized system or database or whatever it is. So which we call it as ERP system. So that way we feel the operations can go more quick. But the thing is, our system should be capable of handling that much information. So we can take advantage of computers, you know, so and like internet or whatever it is. So recently, some 15 to 20 years ago, we got this cloud technology also. Like so that before that, when we have to install any software, we'll have to install it in some particular system, some particular computer or a server. The server will have few computers connected to them. Okay, so rather than that, so that we can call as intranet. So rather than that, if we can access from internet, so we can get the information and do from any corner of the world. So this business operation systems have evolved based on demand. They started to work on internet rather on intranet, like so that these separate people, I mean different departments people, they need not sit close to one server, so one computer, so they can sit in any part of the world. If they have internet access, they can do. So at least factory persons have to sit close to machine only, so they cannot work from home or they cannot do remote work. So at least remaining people, so those who can coordinate, they can do seamless work without any delay or without any communication gap. So they can do with the help of this cloud ERP. So we can take advantage of this thing. So the same departments, I have put it in a different format. So where the information is given to a centralized system and is getting accessed also. So that is why I have marked two-way arrows. So we will see quickly that how in what way ERPs evolved. So the main purpose of having this ERPs, meaning of ERPs, enterprise resource planning software. So initially it was called as material resource planning. So it has like evolved into, so as we have discussed, the systems and process have gone beyond production. So they have extended to all departments of the company, organization, or enterprise. So that is why it is called as enterprise resource planning software. Okay, so we'll discuss some features. So where we are missing out by using disintegrated systems. Data security. So we'll have data related to whole company in a centralized location. So now you may say that no sir, but all the information is like accessible to anyone now. So because we are storing it to a central database, like a library kind of thing, so anyone can take the access. So the beauty of ERP system is, so we can give custom access to information to select users, to specific users. So while getting the information, so information we can gather and collect in a centralized place, and the visibility of that information, the retrieving information, so only can be done in a restricted manner. Oh, okay. So our data is also secure. So once we collect the data, so we don't allow it to go to any like outside the documentation process. Now, once the documentation is we'll log the document and we'll start a new folder or new file. So because most of the things is in digital format, there is very less prone to leakage of data also. So as we have discussed earlier, centralized data, the advantage. And see, compliances are very important thing. So we don't know in businesses, most of us will be fearing in what directions we will be getting notices. So that is why most of us will be behind, so we'll be disturbing auditors. Sir, please, sir, how to do, sir, please file these things in time, sir, what to do, sir, so how to do, sir. So these compliances, because we don't know, see some thousands of compliances we need to follow. So otherwise we know the fear of harassment from government authorities or whatever. So usually government is there to enabled to do business only. But if we are ignorant of it, so then we'll have to pay the price. So that we'll have to get them get knowledgeable about so all those compliances, and not only be informed about all those things, we have to maintain them, like so that our business is a trustable one. So because we'll be having a lot of stakeholders in society, our customers will be there, our vendors will be there, our contract employees will be there. So all these, our investors, our shareholders will be there, funding agencies, banks will be there, supporting and mentoring organizations will be there. So whatever genuine efforts we are taking, so they have to be taken forward. So we have to be very compliant, very trustworthy. So like KYC thing for any bank, we'll update the thing. So these things we have to update always. So whatever it is, we have to pay GST on time. So we have to, like provide proper PF and DSI to all those things. These documents, everything have to be there in a central location. So we have to see whether their deadline is getting finished, and we have to properly update them. We have to renew them. So this kind of ERP system will give us a warning kind of thing in a calendar kind of. So it gives us a reminder. So please recharge this thing. So please renew this. Please update this. Please file this one in time. So, and all those things. And any good ERP system will have its local taxation information also in it. So while generating any invoice, so you can imagine in a invoice, if you type, so if you keep on typing all the things, invoice number, date, and so what are the items, so what is the stock, so what is the GST rate applicable, so what is the CGST component, IGST component, and all those things. So once we maintain Excel, it requires huge skill. So it is a very laborious process. No, it's like so every time we cannot keep doing all those things. So the ERP helps in that thing. So all the tax rates are already fed in that thing. The only thing we have to do is we have to select appropriate thing. Even the items what we are doing sales also, we need not enter there by typing. We can select them from drop-down windows. So the items, goods, and whatever is tax information, so everything are stored in backend database. So that is the advantage of using ERP system. We can continue to use Google Sheets or Excel Sheets or MS Office Sheets and all those things. But we are missing out all these advantages. No. So by spending very small amount of thing, we'll save huge time. We'll save huge employee costs also. Okay. So by doing work of 3-4 persons, just one person can do in a very simple manner with the help of this ERP. Okay. So that way we are saving our time. So our productivity improves. So here they are mentioning about visibility. So these advantages are compiled by Oracle company. So we know these big software companies. So they have developed these ERP products also. They have some products. Some ERP products are for big companies, and some are for medium companies, and some are for small companies.
Kalyan, your slides are not moving.
Yeah, I mean, I'm explaining the advantages only, one by one. Okay.
No,
so,
it's in second slide only.
Yeah. Fourth slide, no?
No.
Okay.
We stuck at the second slide only.
Okay, so
I think you need to stop and reshare again.
Yeah, I'll do that. So are they visible now?
No, actually, still in second slide only.
Okay.
Since you did not stop the sharing, Kalyanji, once you stop the sharing and again reshare.
Okay. So I'm getting option only to share only. So I'm
Okay, one second. I have stopped it. You please try sharing it once again.
okay, right. So are they visible now?
Yes.
Okay. So this is the centralized information actually. So in case you have missed out earlier, so what I was explaining is, so we feel that different functions are in different departments. They're separated. They are, I mean, bifurcated. They have walls between them. They don't have communications between them. So that way, so this is called decentralized management. So once, but to save time and efficiency for efficient operations, it is better to go for centralized systems. That is what I have been explaining. And this is better representation of the same information. We can quickly give the information and we can also quickly take the information. So we can exchange information about across all the informations very quickly and seamlessly. So these advantages I have been explaining now. So data security, centralized data, compliances, so increased productivity, I have discussed in detail now. Mobility we'll see. Okay. So what Oracle is saying is access critical insights anywhere from any device. So these ERP systems, because they are mainly based on internet thing, so we can just enter our user ID and login, and we can access the same system from anywhere, because we don't require so any software or any heavily configured laptop or mobile phone to access this information. Any browser or any mobile simple app, if it is there, so we can simply access that whatever information we are supposed to see, because the whole software is mounted on a cloud somewhere remote. So only internet is enough to access it. Even if we don't have mobile or our personal computer or laptop also, we can go to any net center or any friend's place and we can access the information and we can continue our work. So that is the advantage of cloud ERP. And so cost savings, the whole thing are related to cost savings only, like increased productivity. So doing many people's work with very few people in very clear manner. That doesn't mean reducing the employees, but that so this helps, so at least to reduce the mental fatigue. We'll reduce the workload of human, no, and we can utilize the same staff for better purposes, better jobs, or better improvising or new operations, new branches. So we can allot the same. So with the available staff, we can do more work with the help of ERP. Customer service. So as I have mentioned, so when we have a central database, we'll be able to quickly address the needs of all customers. Okay. So when we call to any like Airtel customer care or whomever, they will be having a database of our record. So when we raise an issue, we'll be given a complaint number or service request number, SRN. So when we again talk to them after 2 days, they will pull our database. Okay, like so they will click that SRN number, service request number, and all the history will be there. So that way, we need not again start the explaining our issue from starting. So this managing the information in very easy manner, this ERP helps. Reporting, this is very important. I mean, financial reporting or whatever it is. So accounting, we can do basic record keeping and bookkeeping in Excel sheets or registers or ledger books or whatever it is. But reporting capability, only few applications and softwares have. So that every ERP comes with this reporting thing. So if you take accounts thing, we'll have financial reporting, like very important things like profit and loss statement, balance sheets, and cash flow statements. Though we may not understand this fully, at least profit and loss we can understand, right? At least some portion of balance sheet we can understand. So this, if we just enter our basic information there, the software will automatically take care about reporting. Like only thing, we'll have to do certain configurations, like what are the accounting heads and all those things. Okay. Scalability. So on first slide only, I have explained that when we are small, when we are single entrepreneur or very small team of 4 to 5 members, so we can maintain with the available Excel sheets or WhatsApp communication, it is fine. But when we grow to a 20-member team, so we have started a small shed or small workshop or small fabrication thing, or any or small IT company or small e-commerce packaging thing or whatever it is. So when our team size increases and operations increases, so we need to implement certain systems, certain set of systems. And when the team is further growing to some 50 people or 100 people, so again, we'll have to change the whole system. So rather than that, benefits of ERP is, so we can just like pay for whatever. So it will have all the fully featured functions for a bigger company, as well as medium-sized company, as well as for small company, and for startups like us. But we need not pay for the whole package as such, for how many users we are using, for how many features and functionality we are using, and in what volume of transactions we are doing. Only to that extent, if we pay, that is enough. So the payment systems, the pricings have all been like reduced to cater to startups like us also. So this kind of thing, I mean, like explosion of ERP things, of these complex ERP systems being available to smaller startups like us has happened only for the past 3 or 4 years. So before that, so it is very difficult for us to implement costly ERP systems. Okay, so these ERP systems helps us to scale the business without having any system changes, without wasting time for implementation. So when we change our whole systems and process, again, our whole employees have to be trained. Some 1 or 2 weeks will go for that only. And they'll be having a lot of glitches. It'll take a lot of time to develop rapport for that. So but with the help of these ERP systems, it is very easy to very quickly grow. And we don't even feel the change that we are growing. So we will simply increase the number of users or simply increase the features plan. So as we go ahead, I'll explain that thing. So these are advantages of ERP. So as I have explained you briefly, so this so ERP has been initially catered to only manufacturing factories, production and all those things. So it is believed that, so it is said that IBM company has developed this thing initially, systematically how to do operations. It is initially called as MRP, not ERP, Material Requirements Planning System, it seems. And they have an upgraded version after 2 decades. They call that as MRP2. Okay, and then later ERP systems they came, and now we know today So what is the thing? Machine learning, Internet of Things, big data, artificial intelligence. So we can get better reports and better insights also from this. So all big companies are making these ERPs. How we small companies can take advantage of this and do our business without spending much of the budget is what this session is today. So we can quickly summarize, like enterprise resource planning has been used for manufacturing, and now it has evolved into sector agnostic, means so it does not cater to only one particular manufacturing sector alone. We have softwares for each and everything. So that is why we call it a software boom. So lot of software employees and companies everywhere. So everybody is working for businesses like us only. So to enable smooth operations, very quick operations, and seamless data interaction between different departments and different stakeholders of any business only, these softwares have come up. So these are not just for big companies, even for small companies also we can take advantage of this. So as I have told you earlier, these ERP systems have been installed in only one particular thing. I mean, inside their office or inside their factory. They don't, the information does not go outside their company compound, outside their organization thing. So they are called as, they are technically called as on-premise softwares. So they are kind of like private thing, softwares which are installed inside their servers or data centers, and they are accessible only internally with the help of internet or LAN. Okay. So usually the implementation costs are based on number of devices. So we might have seen in some colleges also when we, I mean, in our computer lab, so when we use some softwares, we might have heard the term of floating license. Okay. So in that way, their cost depend. So this, but latest ERPs are completely cloud-based. They are not restricted to inside any compound. So if we have internet and if we have that like login user password, we can access the same software from a simple browser and an application anywhere, anywhere in the world. So where we have an internet connection. So here the costs are decided by, not by number of devices. Cost is decided by number of user. So user in the sense any staff or one particular like employee. So if I am one single user, so I can access this information from any device. So it is not very device specific. I can access the same information from my laptop. So I can do similar work from my mobile phone. Or if I have so if I don't have these things, so if I have a tablet application, I mean, on a tab also, I can access the same kind of information. Or in a internet browsing center also, I can go and I can simply open a browser and I can use the same login password and I can do the work there. So ERP systems are user-based things. So I hope, so in our previous thing, like interaction, most of you have shared that. So we have been using these tools for our regular operations. And initial thing, so as we have to, so as we startups, we are very like enterprising, we have very tight budgets. So we cannot afford to spend on this thing. So we need to understand, I mean, there are many softwares available, many tools available. So once we start using them or once we start exploring them, we'll get lost in their features. So we'll have to really save our time by exactly looking for which tool is helpful for me at this point of time. So at this amount of operations. So initial stage, so it is better not to pay for any ERP. So just to be observant that whenever you feel the need, so whenever you feel the stress that I have to, or you can anticipate the stress. So in future, so I may have to struggle in this area. So in this portion, so I have to little automate this. So this thing. So then you can invest on an ERP thing. So investing is also like ERP systems have evolved. It has very simple thing, simple pricing thing. So everything has become like prepaid thing only. So we'll recharge or like postpaid billing, month on month subscription billing only for whatever we use, how much ever we use, we'll pay that much only. So from second month onwards, if we feel that we are not needing that thing, we can cancel the subscription and all our data will be securely there only. From 6th month, 7th month or after second year, so if we have to use, we can go into the same account, we can again pay and all our data will be there only. So it will be safe and we can export the data also all in Excel sheets and whatever it is. So we have been, for sure, we have been using all these free tools, right? I mean, Google, any free Gmail account or Google Drive will have 15 GB of space. Okay, so we can store very neatly files there, folders there, images there, and all those things. Even for personal file storage, we have many applications like Google Photos and all those things. They beautifully organize all photos based on time, location, different albums, and all those things. So it is all a personal thing. So once we get used to these things, the same Google offers many features for like ease of business operations also. So we know that Google Sheets, Google Docs is a similar alternative for MS Word and PowerPoint presentation for slides. So these documents will help us for collaborative working. So which you people have already might have experienced it. Like most of 2 or 3 team members can sit on same Excel sheet and work from different systems, different computers, sitting next to side by side, sitting beside each other, or sitting in a different office building or some other remote location. So this collaborative working, so this feature we can get through free Gmail account itself. Even Microsoft also, see, once we install, I mean, any non-licensed versions of Microsoft, we'll be getting pop-ups like, please recharge your, your product is not validated and all those things. So, but we have some free versions also that how we use Google Sheets and Google Documents in a similar way, we can use Microsoft, like Office 365, Word, PowerPoint, and all those things. So we'll explain so why this cannot be continuously used for our whole businesses. Okay. Why we need to go beyond this free tools. So what we are missing out by not going for these paid tools. Okay, paid in the sense they are not going to cost us very huge thing. They are definitely cost, and so we'll work out about the price thing. Okay, so paid tools, they help us for IP protection. Like our domains will be there, our web domain will be there, and branding visibility will be there. So when you interact with any customer with any Gmail, I mean, for suppose Dharmesh Yadav at Gmail. So rather than that, so if Dharmesh Yadav @ company.com, so that gives more credibility to any okay. So this person is not a, I mean, fly by night operator. So he is not operating business today and he is not shutting his business tomorrow. So he is here to stay. So he is a committed person who is willing to grow, who is willing to offer continued service. So that kind of visibility and credibility, if we have to have, we'll do that branding. So we'll have our own web domain, we'll have our own work email. So, so can you text or, I mean, so those who are already are you using any work email right now, or you are simply using with the help of Gmail only? Can you type? So if you are already using any work email, so because this work email thing will help us in, yeah, okay. Dr. Mahadev Swami he's using work email. So I hope this helps, and it is not very costly also. For 1 year, we need to spend some 1,000 or 2,000 rupees for maintaining the web domain. For taking mail thing per user per month, we'll have to spend some 100 rupees or 130 rupees plus taxes. So it depends on how much space we want. So if we are able to spend this small amount on this IT infrastructure, our whole visibility range of our businesses improves. No, I mean, we'll get a good branded, good branding and all those things. So once we have this thing, like using an ERP also becomes easier once we have work email. So now we will discuss limitations of this free tools, and we will see for what functionality we will use these things. So I think we can take so I'll take a quick 1 minute break. I'll have some water. So in the meanwhile, you can go through this slide. The same thing what we have discussed in the previous slide, like WhatsApp or Facebook, Instagram or YouTube or Google Drive or Microsoft thing. So what tasks can be done? So what functions can be addressed with the help of these things? Okay. So with the help of Google Drive and OneDrive, we can do files and folder management. Okay. So this is addressed. So we need not pay anything. Google Drive offers a free space up to 15 GB. OneDrive offers free space up to 5 GB. So 5 GB thing, we need to be little cautious. Once our operations increase, we need to upgrade it to bigger things. And other document things, this Google Sheets, MS Office, Word, Excel, PowerPoint, and all these things are there. Google Meet is there. In Microsoft side, Skype is there. Skype has evolved into Microsoft Teams. And definitely, we cannot do any interaction without WhatsApp these days, be it personal or official or business or whatever it is. So WhatsApp communication is must. Definitely, we'll be having many WhatsApp groups in our our company only, in our organization. Many. So we'll have for partners, we will have one group. For service team, we'll have one group. For sales team, we'll have another group. For field operators, we'll have another. So most of the team communication happens through WhatsApp only. Okay. So this is very good. This is very free tool. We can take direct advantage of this one. Social media marketing, we are anyway doing. So it's a different topic of digital media marketing. So what has ERP to do with all these things? So these things you might have been like using always. Like ERP helps to like go beyond these tasks. So now we will see, so in any particular company, so what functions or verticals have been addressed with the help of these free tools, and what remaining are there available in the market, which helps us satisfy the other functionalities. So before going to that thing, different departments and different verticals, we'll discuss limitations of this paid tool. So beyond this thing, so if we pay for Google Drive or OneDrive for that 130 rupees per user per month thing, so we will immediately get access to team management system. So team management system is nothing but so once we'll have folders for files, and folders will be organized in a drive or any PC or whatever it is. So Google Drive gives us an option to sync our computer to cloud. So whatever we put any file here, I mean, in the synced folder in our computer, so it will get added in the cloud also. So in cloud, if we delete here also, it will get deleted. So that kind of two-way sync will be there, like one-way sync. So all those things we can configure based on our confidence. Okay. Or we can create a backup of information also. So every day or every week, I need to get a backup copy of whole information, like so that if any problem comes, I won't lose this information for next day and all these things. So these folders and files, we can give like a different access to different different people of whom we want. Salesperson, he need not see the document of a transportation person, logistics person. I mean, like unless if he is required to see. So one manager can see both the sales information and transportation information. So that kind of user level of restricted access can be given to these paid tools. So team folders will come, collaboration tool will come. So this we are using WhatsApp, no? I mean, like similar to WhatsApp, we'll have many inbuilt communication tools like Google Chat or Microsoft like Teams or Skype or whatever it is. So there we can have many groups. So you can simply say that, no, sir, WhatsApp is very convenient to us. I can quickly use it in my mobile also. But luckily, this Google and Microsoft also have mobile applications, no? So in WhatsApp, we cannot exchange files. We can exchange files like individually we can share, but so we cannot like refer one file. So it is very difficult, no? So taking file and dropping it there, referring to that particular folder. So this exchange becomes little difficult. But when we are using Google Chat and we are using Google Drive, so the upload and sharing of files will be very easier. Okay. So all this said, by using these free tools, so in this whole business verticals and departments, this function is being addressed now. Some administration thing, some utilities means, I mean, like electricities or internet details or any subscription, I mean, like rental things, monthly subscription things, or regular consumable things. So those things we can call them as utilities. Like assets in the set, so maybe hardware assets, machinery, furniture, office stationery, I mean, so very, or heavy equipment, or buildings, or our computers and printers. So this information has to be managed somewhere. So they can be managed in Google Drive or Microsoft Drive, or so whatever it is where we have discussed. So this data registers, document management, we can use Word. This data we can manage in Excel sheets. And team communications we have discussed in Google Chat or Microsoft Teams or Skype or whatever it is, like rather than in WhatsApp. WhatsApp also has business feature that I will explain in a different thing. So it is not for communication thing. It is for advertising, marketing, retail inventory management, for sales thing. WhatsApp can be used. So, but what about these other functions? So can we just manage with this Excel sheet? Okay. So, so this whole departments. So is it possible only to operate on Excel sheets only? So if it is possible to like operate, it is well and great. There is a solution in market also, which we can leverage only with the help of Excel sheet. We can do all these things, all these operations: employee hiring, vendor management, procurement, sourcing, inventory management, order management, accounts record keeping, then CRM, customer relationship management, and all those things. Like Excel sheet will have only option to store the data. So we can quickly retrieve the data or take the data from Excel sheet. It is nothing but a database. So we can have different dimensions in Excel sheets. Like in Access, any graph will have one dimension, x-axis, y-axis kind of thing. I mean, Excel, we have like columns and rows, no? Like we call it as an database language, it is called as, fields and records. Any vertical column is called as field, and any horizontal row is called as record. So we can store the information in such a way that these two dimensions are satisfied. But so with the help of this same thing, so if we have to add another Excel sheet layer, like how in a workbook we add sheet 1, sheet 2, sheet 3, and all those things. So we can keep on adding different sheets. We can keep on adding different workbooks. So this entirely thing is consists of a database kind of thing. So similar Excel sheets, if we have to access information in different dimensions, we can take advantage of the advanced features in Excel sheet, like pivot tables and all those things. But every time, so it is very difficult to access information that way. So, so all the software companies, the manufacturing people earlier who want improved production have worked on these things. They have made the same databases in the background, and they have created a beautiful user interface for us in the, in the front, so that we need not understand the coding and programming behind it. We can simply enter the data, and with a few clicks, we can get the data what we want. So with the help of that operations, that few tasks, we can do this whole operations. So what other tools are there in the market which are specialized in these functions? We'll quickly go through them. These all are paid tools only, but they have free versions also with them. So I'll explain them. First, we'll see about accounting thing. So we might have you might have heard about Vyapar or Kata books. Tally is a very popular software. So recently Tally has moved to Tally Cloud also. So here this is behind this thing. So here you can see this as Tally Prime. Tally Cloud software name is called as Tally Prime ERP or something. And other softwares are also there, like Profit Books, Focus Light, ZOHO Books. So these softwares especially help us in dealing with the accounting things. Okay. For customer relationship management, few softwares are there, very popular softwares are there. Zendesk, Freshdesk is there, Salesforce is there, ZOHO CRM is there. So how they work is, so as we have discussed earlier, so when we call to any customer care, so they will note down our database details and all those things. and they will have a ticket management system, service, service request number will be there, the complaint numbers database will be there, status of resolving will be there. So whether it has not been resolved, or whether the request has been upgraded, still the issue has not been solved, all the status. So we can see here, we can see from here. So we can address to our customers with this help of these things. So you can actually explore these softwares, and you can see their pricing page for features, so that you can understand. So at this stage, at this point of time, so do we require that features, and can we afford that? So we can check and we can use that. So until then, we can continue to use them in, very comfortable in Excel sheets. And so as and when our revenue goes and we are able to afford these softwares, so we can easily afford them. Like as I have mentioned, most of these softwares offer free versions also, so we can explore them. So for inventory management and order management, so very beautiful softwares are there. SAP is very popular in this one, but it is being used by very big companies. So for startups like us, it is very difficult to implement SAP. SAP is meant for only large companies. But I don't know. So if anyone of you has heard that SAP or Oracle NetSuite can be used for startups, it will be better only. Like as far as my knowledge, it is for only big companies and medium-sized companies. And we have other tools like ZOHO Inventory. This is excellent tool. So where we can manage our whole inventory, we can manage details of warehouses. We can have cat lists and price lists. We can sync the inventory level with our e-commerce website. See, in e-commerce, if someone places an order, if we place an order in Amazon, so it will simply show that the stock is available. Okay, so if stock is not available there, so that will ask, once the company is our own means, so our e-commerce customer, when he places an order, so that will check the inventory management system, that whether we have available stock or not, and then communicate to the customer available there. Yes, okay, stock is available, you can place the order. So that kind of like automation also happens there. So it is not every time that we need to take our phone and answer our customer. It is very difficult. No, huge, like hundreds of customers if we have to deal with very few employees, and it is not always possible to like answer by phone and operate on Excel sheets. So these tools help us in that way. Order management. The ZOHO projects is a very important, so interesting tool. So this can track like any order or any activity for that matter. So any activity will have some dependencies kind of thing. So only if that work is completed, and so this task can be initiated. So this is mainly used in projects, for construction projects and all those things. This can also be used for our internal order management also, procurement process also. For procurement process, I'll just briefly explain how ZOHO projects can be used. So for purchasing any product, we don't straight away purchase, no. So we will inquire different kinds of vendors or suppliers for that thing, or we will go into market. We'll have a physical feel of that product. We will check the thing, or if it is service, or if it is an IT service, we will do the trial version of it. We'll install and check the thing. So we will explore the items or services which we have to purchase for some time. So it can be called as product screening. So only after product screening, we will finalize the product and vendor. So this takes some time, this takes some time, and after that, we'll initiate the purchase process. We will take like vendor details from the vendor. So that will take 1 day. So we can track the the whole day process. I mean, the whole activity, how much time it is taking. So it can be used for many use cases also. So you can go through ZOHO projects website. For employee management and HR hiring thing, we have different tools in market. KK is there, Great HR is there. So in this slide, so I can share you after this session, like so that I have marked them with those particular software web page link also, mostly pricing pages, like so that you can see them, whether you can use them directly or not. Okay. So with the help of all these tools, we can manage our whole company operations. So now it may seem very like overwhelming to you, sir. We are very small company. It is very difficult to operate these things. I mean, so these many tools with our limited staff and all those things. So our intention, or any company's intention for that matter, will be seamless information, seamless exchange of information between all the different functions, HR or vendors or customers or production and inventory, accounting and other data files and folders thing. Okay, so for that, each software will come with a different user interface. So I mean, so if we shift, so if we are, for example, for sales process, if we use Salesforce, some of you might have got a previous experience where your previous company, you might have worked in some of these tools. So you may felt that I am very skillful in that particular thing. I'm very well versed. I'm comfortable with only that tool. If that is there, I need not learn or implement any new other thing which will waste my time. I'm very comfortable in using Salesforce for customer relationship management. Okay, you can happily use Salesforce. But for accounting, there is no, I think there is no product from Salesforce. For that, you may have to use like other product like ZOHO Books. So ZOHO Books will have a different kind of information which we have already fed in, and Salesforce will have different kind of information. The beauty of these softwares is, while configuration the software, when we have two purchases, I mean, when we subscribe to two of the softwares, like two different modules, one is Salesforce and one is ZOHO Books for customer relationship and accounting management. So there will be an option in these two softwares that you want to integrate this software with another software. Okay, so this kind of integration helps us in maintaining the data from each module. Okay, like so that in ZOHO Books, if we have entered the customer detail, with the help of that integration, it will be readily transferred to Salesforce, like so that we need not again enter the same detail in Salesforce software again. Okay, so and similarly, we might have used Google Sheets or Excel sheets or whatever it is. So each module we can have different softwares. So while doing this implementation kind of thing, we have to check whether in future when my operations increase, so I will have a limitation. All the functions are right, but only HR I am suffering. So HR I am not able to integrate data with this one. Again, I have to do all double entry work. So most of the data there. So what we will generally think or be comfortable is that, so one particular software or one company which has solutions in all the functions, such softwares, I'll let you know. So as far as my knowledge, so huge number of software products are there in market, like ERP products are there in market. We can carefully select few things. So the softwares which are mentioned on right hand side, SAP, Oracle, NetSuite, Ramco ERP on cloud. So this is developed by Ramco Siemens company. So these softwares are for medium-sized and large companies. The tools and softwares ERP packages which I have mentioned in the left side, they can be used for smaller companies with smaller pricing subscriptions, like so that startups like us can afford. See, we'll go through this Microsoft Dynamics. Microsoft Dynamics has solutions in sales is there, in service it is there, in marketing they are there, in e-commerce it is there, in project management it is there. So Microsoft offers a solution in finance, HR also is there, supply chain is also there. So supply chain is that deals with flow of items from procurement to production and from factory or our warehouse to customer. Okay, so all these things will be operated. So until now, we might know that Microsoft only has like office tools, MS Word, MS Office, MS PowerPoint, and all those things. So, but now we are coming to know that Microsoft offers solutions in this whole thing. But as a startup, can we afford that thing? See the pricing. I have opened the Microsoft Dynamics pricing page. Okay. See here, this is completely your wish. I am just giving you an overview. I am not endorsing any particular software or anything. This is just I'm sharing my user experience. So for a user, so if you have to spend some 5,000 rupees per month, so we can get access to almost all the softwares. Or if we have to use one particular software per month, so we can like in detail browse through all the features and we can see and we can implement what is really required for us. Similar way, Bitrix is there. So Bitrix I'll show. Bitrix also offers different solutions for different verticals as we have discussed, like productions. They have CRM, collaboration is there, like Google Meet or Microsoft Teams. They have projects like MS project is there, ZOHO project is there. So different views they can get. I mean, this HR tool in this one is also popular. So we can quickly go through the pricing of this thing. So if we have to have complete access of the software, so we will have to pay approximately 3,400 rupees, 3,500 rupees. See, there is a free version also in this, but there will be some limitations. So when you carefully go through the limitations, and if you feel if it suits you, until you generate some revenue, you can happily take the free plan. Almost all most of the softwares will be having this free option. So once your operations are increased, you will have improved revenue also. At that time, you won't be having little problem to pay this amount also, because to add a new employee, you think the cost. Of course, employee, this ERP is not a replacement for an employee, but this improves the efficiency of this thing. Like rather than hiring 10 people, so we can say that we can hire some 3 or 4 people or 4 or 5 people. We can empower them with these tasks and everybody can do peacefully and we can go home to, I mean, very satisfactorily at the end of the day. The remaining people, if there is skill still scope to hire, as I have mentioned earlier. So they need not work on the tasks which everybody can do simply with the help of this ERP thing. So they can work on new production plants, new warehouses, new branches, the new operations they can take care of for the same business thing. So if we think that return on investment, costing and budgeting thing, so this amount should not be very difficult for a growing startup. So the whole ERP pricings are similar only. You can explore all the pricing pages and you can see whichever suits for you. So these softwares which I have mentioned in this slide, so they cover almost all the functions. Okay. So Focus is there. Focus software has different solutions. So whatever industry, so as we have mentioned earlier, it was only for manufacturing and production company. Now see, waste management company is there, real estate software is there, food and beverage is there, education management is there, wholesale distribution is there, retails, warehouse management is. So these tools are being customized for many kinds of industries. And also, so you can see, you can purchase this software not just as a whole ERP package, but by function wise also. Warehouse management, inventory management, finance, HR, project costing, supply chain, quality control management, as somebody has asked. So we can take the whole ERP package also, or we can take specific particular modules. So I personally have been using this ZOHO software, so which I can strongly suggest to, so they have been doing quite well in US. They have competed with big companies like Salesforce and Zendesk. They have given very tough competition to those international companies. And then being a Chennai-based company, this ZOHO and Freshworks, both are Chennai-based Indian companies. Even Tally is a proud Indian product to the world actually, and most of the other products. This Keka is a Hyderabad-based company. Even Focus ERP is a Hyderabad-based company. Vyapar and Khata Book are also purely the Indian made applications for very small business applications like Kirana stores, for like retail mom and pop stores. So they need not operate through desktop also, but they give only accounting features only. They can simply operate through mobile. It is very convenient for them. Even it can help them in filing GSTs also, which is helpful for them to again go for bank loans and all. Because when we go to bank, so these days they will just ask our GST. It is linked with the PAN. So any GST has a PAN number embedded inside it. So if they see, they will get to know all our transactions. So they can assess our volume of business. So how much we will be able to rotate, what is our like repayment capacity and all those things. So for that amount of like real-time operations, we'll have to use this automated softwares only. So you can definitely explore this ZOHO apps, which have solutions for every different functionality, and these people are constantly increasing their apps for for our ease of doing business. So you can explore these things and you can see. So earlier I have been mentioning that so purely with the help of Excel sheet, if you can operate without any without purchasing any ERP, it is possible. This one person in market, he is explaining how to do business automation with only Google Sheets, with Google Data Studio. So this requires little learning kind of thing. He is charging for the training also, some 30,000 or 36,000 or so. But you feel that if it is worthwhile, you can eliminate this whole ERP cost. So you can simply manage with the Google Sheets and everything. Yeah, but it requires little learning things. So those who are comfortable with software kind of thing, it does not involve any code. So simply configuration thing will be there, mostly drag and drop. So entering the user credentials and all those things. So this also is possible. And for using all this like ERP thing, so this happens like from one module to another module, we'll have these integrations. So when we use all the modules from ZOHO or all modules from Microsoft or all modules from Focus ERP, then there is no much problem. There will be a button in somewhere in the module which I can show you. I can show you ZOHO books. So while integration, so we can link that particular module with another module, like so that the exchange of information happens. So once if I create an invoice in ZOHO books, so if I raise an invoice in ZOHO books, it will take some items from this, no? So I mean, number of goods we are selling these many to customer. So that many amount of goods will be reduced in ZOHO inventory software automatically. So this happens only if we use ZOHO books and ZOHO inventory. But if you are comfortable with any other like third-party inventory module, which ZOHO offers integration, ZOHO offers API. So usually most softwares will have that API. APIs are usually like chain linkages. So one chain link can link to another link. So like that thing. One software can be linked to another software, like so that information can be flowed. All the records, all the data, all customer data, all previous historical data, all can be exchanged between the two modules. So if that direct integration is not happening, with third-party integrations, we can use it with the Zapier and Ingrately. So we can link two different ERP modules by different manufacturers. Okay. So ZOHO books, I can just briefly show you. So if you have been using any accounting kind of thing, so it would be helpful. But due to the limitation of this one, I can show only few things only. So in detail, you can explore trial version of these things. See, I am going to integration of these things. So ZOHO books can be integrated with the ZOHO CRM. ZOHO books can be integrated with the ZOHO projects. So, and not just ZOHO apps, like other apps also it is possible. So ZOHO books can be integrated with MS Office, with the Google Sheets, and all these things. So any third-party software also, we can integrate via this Zapier integration. So which we'll have to pay for each integration also. So that is one thing. So I think my like overall session is done. So, but so if you have any specific doubts, see few advantages of this accounting package I have listed down here. So that way each module has specific advantages. So if you take means like rather than maintaining Excel sheets, so we think that this will be usually maintained with auditor end only, but we as business owners also can own this, and we can share the access to auditors. And these books have an excellent feature like audit log, which user has changed what information at what time also. So all these things will be there. So they can be linked to expenses also. Salary calculations can be done, or bank statements can be automatically synced there. So these features and all will be missing out if we are not using ERP things. So similarly, many other modules have many wonderful features, which you can explore them one by one. So if you have any specific doubt, somebody has asked me in chat, please share now here clickable links chat. I'll share to the organizer. Ma'am can share you for email. So we have all the attendance also. So thanks a lot for, patiently listening. So if you get any queries or you want to know more, you can quickly post in text so that I can reply in the available time. Later also, you can contact me about these things. I can so quickly explain the differences also. So ZOHO Connect is a collaborative tool, so which is we can do beautifully for task management also. So globally, it is competing with other tools like Slack, Trello, and Asana. I can just quickly open and like show it to you. So daily tasks we manage like a to-do list we can manage, no? So similarly, ZOHO Connect can be used. Many tasks can be managed from a single window. Reminders can be set. So one particular employees can be tasked for particular tasks. They can be assigned some tasks. We can filter them. So you can see, I'll just quickly show some examples. So this is actually ZOHO Connect. I have noted down my task list there. So each task list will contain some kind of checklist. So each checklist will have, we can set some due date. We can assign it to some person. So this task can be done by some person. So I can assign it to some person. Okay, this Kiran can do this task. And so if we want, we can set a reminder for this task. So that way, each task can be tracked. So we can create new departments here. New verticals we can create here. And new boards we can create here. And all the departments and all verticals, we can view whole task list here. So we can view it as a section view. So once one task is completed, so if it is a sales operation, first we will contact customer, and then they will express interest. So we will send a proposal, and then they will accept our proposal. They will become our customer. So and then we'll have after sales interaction. So in this case, so we can move one task to another stage also. So customer has accepted our proposal means, so we can move that customer from one thing to another thing also. So once the task is finished, we can close the task here. We can view tasks in this manner, or we can view the whole tasks in list manner. So we can filter in different views. In calendar view, we can see like due date wise we can see. So this is a wonderful tool which I strongly suggest you to explore. This Gantt chart view, it directly shows very similar to ZOHO project kind of thing. So you can explore these features. If you have any doubts, you can ask in the meanwhile. So this implementation costs I have briefly explained you. So it is no more that we have to make our businesses entirely on people dependent. Sir, that employee has left, sir. All my data is gone, sir. Now I have to sit and work a whole thing. So that's all, we are gone. So business should not be dependent on one people. No, nowadays it's very difficult to find like loyal employees for next 20 years or 10 years for that matter. So we have to understand in this dynamic world that people will come and go. So when people comes, their onboarding should not be very difficult. All the SOPs, all the training documents, they have to be ready for their smooth onboarding. They have to be very quick. So most of the time should not be wasted in memory job. So all information has to be there. We have to just collaborate with the employee. We can take advantage of their skill set. So because people are very dynamic, they look for growth. So if we give them beautiful system with them, they can show their own talent and they can work wonders for us. Okay, so we can take advantage of their skill, but whole data should be with the business, so not with the particular employees. Like so that while employee is leaving, we will not have fightings. Like I won't give you a relieving letter without you submit your, so all that Excel sheet data, so and all those things. So at the end of each day, we should get all the data with us. So by using this ERP, we'll have real-time data update. So ERP helps in all ways. You may explore. So if you have any further, clarifications, you can post. So you can contact me through LinkedIn also. I'll share this via like organizers also. Ma'am, anything you have or?
So yeah, if any of the audience having any doubts or do you want any clarification, you can have a quick conversation with the resource person.
So thank you, Raghavendra Kumar. So I hope this session has been useful to all of you. So you can please explore the tools based on whatever you need. Wish you all the best to everyone. Thank you.
So I think if there are no questions, we can go for if anything is there, we can get it. You can get in touch with us, Sunday. We can give the contact details of Kalyan Prasad Garu so that you can get in touch with him. So once again, we are delighted to have you all here for the national webinar. Firstly, we'd like to thank our chief guest, Dr. A. Vishnuvardhan Reddy, sir, Honorable Vice Chancellor of ANGRAU, and Dr. L. Prashanthi, ma'am, Director of Research, ANGRAU, for the continuously holding up in all our ventures and moves. Also, we'd like to thank the chairman for today's national webinar, Dr. C. Ramana, sir, Associate Director of Research, Arya RS Tirupati, for being the driving force for us in all our activities. ANGRAU Poshan Incubator would like to thank our guest speaker, Kalyan Prasad Garu, for accepting our request to deliver a lecture in this national webinar. Sir, thank you so much for the wonderful session and enlightening the audience on the importance of cloud ERP for the business eminence and you have given a very good comparison between the ERPs available and which can be used, and being a startup, what they can choose and everything. We also would like to thank all the scientists and dignitaries who have participated from ANGRAU. Finally, we'd like to thank all the participants for your enthusiastic participation, which indeed encourage us to organize more sessions like this. And also, we'd like to tell something. We have a announcement regarding sixth cohort applications invitations very soon. We request everyone to stay tuned with our website and social media channels for the sixth cohort launch, and you can even share with your near and dear who are in actual need for the incubation or financial support and everything. So yeah, with this, we conclude and call it a day. Thank you all once again, and thank you, Kalyan Garu. So with this, we call it a day. This is Lakshmi Tulasi signing off from ANGRAU Poshan Incubator. Jai Hind.